One thing that, and I'm actually able to ask you personally this, because I've often used you as an example in various interviews about how grunge came along and just cannonballed so many people.
As it should.
And I spoke to various bands that were either wiped out or just, your Def Leppard, your Iron Maidens took big hits, Sunbat Extreme, all these bands took big hits.
Yep.
And I used to wonder in them interviews, and I wondered it, now I can ask you, how did you not only survive, but evolve to be as big, if not bigger? I mean, grunge hit, what, 92, 93?
92, Keep the Faith.
Yeah, and in 95, you're doing 3 nights at Wembley Stadium with Van Halen.
Yep.
How? Because on paper, you could suggest, because like you said, you got lumped in with the hair metal, you would have been primed for a wipeout with grunge.
And when grunge became huge, and deservedly so, it shook the system, it rewrote the rules, the best remained. Because think of all the grunge bands that got signed on the coattails of Nirvana and Pearl Jam. And they're no longer here.
Yeah.
So in our genre, at our time, us and primarily Guns N' Roses not only survived, but thrived. And a lot of the other bands did not. We continued to evolve, so that was also a very important part of it. The next record was called Keep the Faith. I cut off my hair. We wrote a socially conscious song like Keep the Faith. And then I was still able to write a song like Bed of Roses that touched on the girl thing and then became a big hit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Moon, June, and Spoon. The lyric was worthy of Waits or, Cohen and the imagery I was creating. And then I wrote Always. So that ballad was covered for that market. But with that and Someday I'll Be Saturday Night, the Crossroads record sold 18 million copies.
Yeah.
And then we write a darker record like These Days. Again, not chasing even the cute ballads. So evolution, evolution, evolution.
And on Keep the Faith, you managed to get away with a title like If I Was Your Mother, which is very un-rock and roll for 92.
Bang. We weren't chasing, and we weren't chasing grunge.
Yeah.
Very important. A lot of my peers all of a sudden bought flannel shirts.
Yeah. Can I just say, I've only had this 2 months. I haven't worn flannel.
But they started to chase something, and the first thing I thought is, you look foolish.
Yeah.
Because you chase fads and fashions, you're late to the game.
Were you worried it could have impacted you? Because you wanted to. You thought you always knew you had that much faith.
Absolutely.
Faith. Pun.
I remember David coming to. We were recording Keep the Faith, and he went down to Seattle for something. He said, "I just saw this band called Pearl Jam. It was incredible." Blah 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 blah. And he'd come from, what was the band that the other guys, Temple of the Dog?
Oh, Temple of the Dog, yeah, with Chris Cornell.
And talking about Chris's voice and all that thing, and we were like, "This is fantastic. I don't want to be it, but I get it."
Yeah.
And our genre had been so watered down with third-rate versions of us or Guns N' Roses that you'd look at those things and go, "Well, of course it shouldn't be here." You know, just you get. But now let us put that in context of boy band genres. The big ones survived, and the rest of them went away. The rap guys, same thing. That you signed 5 Nirvanas. The only one that survives is Nirvana. Pearl Jam are here for a reason. They wrote great songs.
So there are a lot of bands that you grow out of, and there are other bands you grow up with and go through with, which is you would definitely fall into the latter.
Well, thank you for that.
So
people got on the journey at various points because we've been here so long, and they have certainly gotten off of the journey too. There will be the hardcore fan that says, "I haven't liked them since Slippery When Wet." Well, I can't rewrite Slippery When Wet. Why would I want to? I love the record too, but it was a time I was 25.
But you'll get that with any band of eras. I mean, Metallica will get it pre-Cliff Burton. Def Leppard will get it with Hysteria.
Yep.
Any band that's got a body of work.
Yep.
Even the Stones apparently have been finished since 1976. Bon Scott was where AC/DC ended for Maddie.
Right.
You're up against it, whatever you do.
Sure. And, so, I don't know. For me, I'm not chasing anything.
I don't know about you. I do wonder sometimes what happened to Tommy and Gina. They must be pushing retirement now.
Oh, by now, for sure. They got grandkids.
Yeah. Maybe they're in a duplex with Jack and Diane. Hanging out.
Hopefully it's doing something exciting, Yeah.
Well, good luck with the album. It's been a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, you too.
And here's to a successful next 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Really grateful. Thanks, bud.
Cheers.